Hi, I thought I'll do another video on Shoonya, the new platform that Finvasia has released, and I thought it'd be good to also do a bit of comparison with Zerodha's Kite. These are both trading platforms that I use personally, and that's why I'm doing this. I'm not related to these either of these companies in any way, but I am a consumer, a customer of both these platforms, and I thought it'd be good to have a honest review on how both of them stand. Okay, so as you know, Zerodha's Kite is probably one of the best user interfaces that we know of today in India for trading, and it is a really good platform. I really like Zerodha's Kite. Uh, I have fallen in love with it. But the challenge for me personally is that I do a lot of trading, and for that, that means a lot of brokerage charges apply when it comes to Zerodha. And so during my journey with KWC, one thing that I realized is I need to reduce, to become more efficient and effective in my trading. I need to look for a platform where I can reduce the brokerages because I was getting charged almost 10 to 15,000 rupees in brokerage alone by Zerodha. It's not their fault. That's the charges that they kept. So I thought there might be a better way if I can save this, and that's how I came to Finvasia. I started using their Scalpert. Scalpert is a decent platform in terms of user interface. The plus point of Finvasia is always their amazing customer service. I have to say that because every time I have a problem, I just need to reach out to them on an instant chat, and they will try to fix the problem as fast as they can. I'm not saying that they are 100% perfect. No, they do have challenges. There have been really there have been times when there has been real struggles, but they are at least very good in terms of customer service. They will respond to you. They will try to answer very quickly, give you feedback very quickly, and they accept feedback too. And now, as a result of all the lag and all those logout issues that we had with Scalpert, I think a lot of people probably got back to them with feedback, and that's how Finvasia started Shunya. So now Shunya is a platform. Initially, I had, I wasn't sure I should migrate. I didn't know how Shunya looked and so I was wondering if I should migrate because I'm okay with Scalpert. It's just that it's laggy and it logs out of it. But after I migrated to Shunya, and again, that is because Finvasia said that they were going to shut down both Scalpert and Nest. In fact, today is the 28th, is the day when they are deactivating both those platforms, and everybody is automatically going to be migrated to Shunya. So by default, I had to. So on Tuesday, I migrated. I was very apprehensive because it was just before expiry, but I anyway migrated, and I'm telling you that it has been an amazing experience so far. So let's take a quick look at both of these platforms. Right. So here you can see I have both Shunya and Kite opened up. Now, the moment you open up, uh, uh, you know, Zerodha's Kite, you are taken to the dashboard where you can quickly see the watch list you have. So you can choose up to 5 watch lists. You can add as many as you want. Compare that to Shunya. As soon as you enter, you go to a watch list again. This is the default watch list they have, Sensex, and they also have another watch list called. Okay, these are default watch lists. Now the thing is, you can create as many watch lists as you want. In Kite, you can only do 5, right? I'm not sure if you can add more. I haven't seen that ability to do that. So it's mostly 5. But here you can add as many as you want. As you can see, I added a lot. But the challenge here is that you can only have 25, 25 trackers or scripts on the watch list. And so I realized, because you have as many as you can add, great. So we will add all the ones that we can. And of course, you can delete your watch list. You can see here, I can delete, add watch list as many as I want. Okay. Another good thing is, one thing about Kite's watch list is I don't really have a lot of information just looking at the watch list. I have to go deeper by either clicking the, market there or the chart or something. I can't immediately gauge how this script is doing. On the other hand, for Shunya, and this is something that I liked on Scalpert especially, you have the, how many people are selling, how many people are buying, what is the volume, all of that. And you can actually, kind of even, you say, adjust what all you want to be seen over here. You can change the columns that are visible, and that is amazing. I think that's a really good thing, a big plus there. So in terms of watch list, I think Shoonya comes up on top. Okay, because even though you can only add 25 scripts per watch list, by the way, even if you add 25 here, you still have to scroll down. It's a little tough. It's not that easy to actually. You can't see more than 7 scripts or 8 scripts in one shot on a watch list in Zerodha. So you still have to scroll down. And I can tell you, when you really want to trade and buy or sell quickly, that can be a bit of a hassle. On the other hand, here it really helps. Now, one thing that Kite has in good thing is that if you have a position and you have a watch list, they are side by side. Okay, that's a good plus for that. Here, if you want to do a trade, you can always buy and sell directly off of here. But if you want to see your net position, you got to go. Again, I don't think that's too much of a problem. It's just a click away. So overall for me, watch list wise, Shoonya wins. All right. Now let's look at the next thing, orders. Now Zerodha has something called GTT, and of course it has basket orders too. And let me GTT and basket orders. Shoonya doesn't have basket orders yet, and it doesn't have GTT. GTT is something that I've seen only on Zerodha for the time being. I don't see any other platform using it. But GTT is a really good application or a device for us, because for especially people who do long-term or short-term trades, just to put in the trade prices and leave it like that, that's a really good thing. So in terms of orders, again, of course for Shoonya, you can square off, and then you get all of these things. By the way, this is almost the same as you can see here. It's pretty much the same thing. So I didn't really like the selling and buying. What do you say? You user interface for scalper, because you had to actually drag down menus to shift from market to limit. It was slow. It was tedious, especially when there was lagging. You couldn't even move, so it was sometimes a challenge. This is so much better, and I think it's a bit of a copy of what Zerodha has, to be honest. But it's good. I wanted that. That's exactly what I wanted, and I'm really happy that they have put it in. Okay. The other challenges for Shoonya, they don't remember that by default, I think the product becomes intraday. I haven't checked around and seen if I can change that. But Kite is a little more intuitive. It tends to remember what you did before. Okay. Of course, they have cover order and bracket order, which Shoonya doesn't have as of now. Okay. So in terms of ordering and setting up orders, DTT, all of that, and especially the user interface, I would give that to Zerodha. They have the advantage. Okay. On to holdings pretty much same. I don't have much to say there. I keep most of my short-term holdings on Kite. I don't do much on Zerodha. Zerodha is for my future and options FNO trades. So again, not much there. Positions wise, okay, no positions here as of now, because there's no trades that I carried forward other than holdings. But again, here it's pretty much decent. Any FNO trades that show up will show up here, and it's pretty much the same for both of them. By the way, I just realized this is basically because it's rolling over into the next day. Actually, I ended up with a profit of 10,637 today on Friday, and this is just because Asian Paints actually went up, but it's showing that it's a loss. Actually, did go up. So there's a lot of, and I think it's simply because of the system, changing and separating all the prices. But what's the good thing here? Basically, both are the same. I think if you had any positions here, you can adjust according to the price, the profit, whatever, and that's the same thing here. You can adjust it by price, profit, by value, all of that. Again, here I think by default, this has a little more values here that I can look off very quickly. But that's about it. I don't think either of them have a huge advantage, disadvantage. It looks good. This is a tie, okay, when it comes to holding or positions. Funds, again, it looks pretty much the same. Not much of a problem or a issue here. But here you can see they, I think it's okay. Over here, the problem with Zerodha, I think, is simply because they don't have a lot more explanation when it comes to. And I have noticed that if you're holding some option prices or this thing, it tends to skew what's actually available to you. So sometimes you can get that wrong. Oh, and the other thing that I've noticed in terms of the not the platform itself, but the brokerages, Zerodha versus Finvasia, towards expiry day and everything, the margins shoot up on Zerodha. So I've seen this a lot. People holding positions suddenly find themselves out of margin. I haven't noticed that problem on Shoonya on Finvasia. So that's a big plus for FNO traders. I just want you guys to know that if you're doing your trades on Finvasia, you probably won't end up in that margin lack of margin issue that we sometimes struggle with on Zerodha, especially closer to expiry or rollover dates. And so that's a big plus. So I would, in terms of funds, I would give the plus to both to Shoonya, to Finvasia. In terms of withdrawing and adding, okay, so for Zerodha, it's really easy. You can add and withdraw from the same menu. For Shoonya also, it's pretty much the same. You can add and withdraw using another section called fund transfer. What I've realized from testing it out is that it's not fully activated yet. I still have to email them for payout, which I did an example that I did yesterday. I tried doing it from here by payout. It did show that it was processing, but it didn't get done from the platform. So I'm assuming it's not activated yet on Shoonya. Probably they'll get that done, but it's just an email. I just send them an email to their client payout email ID, and they immediately applied, and within the day itself, I got my funds back. So that's not a struggle at all. I think both of them, in terms of that area, it's fine. So where I really think Finvasia comes out better is simply in terms of the margin for FNO trades, especially on expiry and rollover. So here I would give the plus to Shoonya. Then, of course, Finvasia has Zerodha has a lot of apps that you can use. I use, for example, Sensible, which I have, I use it for figuring out my FNO trades, plus seeing what is the best, what is the net positions, calls and puts and all of that. Again, that's nothing to do with Zerodha itself. It's just that it's linked to this app. So here, I think Shoonya is not. Shoonya has got screeners. I'm not, this is a really good thing. Okay, I will talk about this a little more. But in terms of connectivity with other apps, Zerodha wins. But in terms of screeners and all of that, I really like it. Like the fact that actually Finvasia is doing something like this. They have an analytics page too, and see what's bullish, what's bearish, what has long build up, what's long short build up. All of this is really cool. And so I think, and this is again something that I really like, to find out which has the biggest premium, which has the biggest discount. So all of these really help if you are a nerd like me. So in terms of connectivity to software, Zerodha wins. But in terms of screeners, analytics, I think I would give. Okay, this is just the beginning phase, so don't take my word on this. I've never actually seen anything like this on Zerodha itself. Probably we definitely have that on analysis, on Sensible and all of that. But here you have it directly off the platform itself. So that's a big plus for me. And then of course the IPOs and equity SIPs, both of them have it. Don't do a lot of that, so I'm probably going to do a lot of clarity there. Speed, both are really fast. No lagging issues, no struggles in either of them. So I think again over there they're kind of the same. The overall feel, security wise, both of them have two. You have to enter your password plus another secret OTP or something else to get in. For both of them, it's the same. So both of them have that. Now something else over here, you can only see the Nifty 50 and the Sensex on Kite. But here you can see Sensex, Nifty, Nifty Bank, and USD INR. So extra points there for Shoonya once again. And of course, the key for me, of course, especially when in terms of my investments, is the zero brokerage. So overall, I think if you look at the numbers, we probably had given, 1 point to Zerodha in terms of orders, because they have GTP, they have cover and basket and all of that, whereas Shoonya doesn't have that. But in terms of the overall dashboard, watch list, positions and funds, and also in terms of analytics and screeners, I think Shoonya wins. And overall, here's my thought. Here's my final thought. This is just the beginning. I'm pretty sure. See, they just released this a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and obviously it has a lot of work that can be done and improved upon. I've already given my feedback to them personally on what I think can be improved. The watch list limit of 25, probably they could work on that. But overall, I am of the definite thought that, hey, one, customer service, Finvasia wins. Brokerage, Finvasia wins. And now, platform-wise, overall, I think Shoonya is better than Kite. So on 3 counts, I think Finvasia is probably the brokerage I would be part of more actively than Zerodha. Now, I do have, once again, I want to reiterate, I do have, investments on both the platforms. I'm not uh, a shareholder, or I don't have any interest in either platform. I'm just merely a customer or a consumer of both platforms. And this is my honest review of what I think is the best platform right now, brokerage wise, customer service wise, as well as the platform itself. So, I hats out to Finvasia. They've done a great job on Shoonya. I'm really amazed by it. I think they've done an incredible job, and I hope that more people would join onto it simply because it is. I hope this helped you make a decision on which platform to use.